have 2022 right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
It's 2022. Hello.
Thank you so much. It's difficult to keep track. But basically now, like with being back at Gamescom, being back with the public, okay, like we needed to have a demo and show more stuff. We had a new trailer coming out at the digital showcase a few weeks ago, and basically now it's playable, and you can basically we can show the what the game is about, how it plays, and everybody here, I mean, seems to like it so far.
Yeah, I think so too. And the queue outside is pretty long. So people want to play this game, and I think what I've seen today before we started this stream again, people want to see Outcast 2 at home as well.
Yeah. I mean, they will soon. So, like, if I have the PS5, Xbox Series, or a PC at home, that they will definitely be able to play it at home soon.
Yeah.
I mean, at the core, it's like it's one of the cool things that we like about the game. Basically, I mean, we're bringing back a game from 20 years ago, but it's absolutely accessible to anybody. So, like, if you have played it back then, you will remember a lot of things. You will recognize your hero. You will see characters. But if you don't know them, it's easy just to pick up and play because we have these nice action adventure mechanics. So.
Yeah.
Pick him up, it's basically, you have two weapons, you have your shield, you have a jetpack, so we can just have fun. In a minute, we're going to see more of the environments, actually, but basically, it is, it's a bit like sort of these science fiction movies that, they are actually deeper than you think you are, but they're super accessible, right? So it's not like a very dark or gritty story. It's like it has a lot of depth to it, but it's accessible. It's you can recognize some tropes. It's about being on a different planet and exploring that, getting to know the inhabitants basically, and fighting these robots. But it's a heartfelt story, right? So like if we can take you back to these 80s movies, that would be cool.
Awesome. And like we expected, many hardcore fanboys and fangirls are already in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Grandfather Hermit said, I recently played the OG one as well, and the remaster, huge fan of the OST and story. You guys are using engine in-house, or it's Unreal Engine?
Unreal Engine.
Unreal for it.
Okay. What a time to be alive. I remember Outcast trailer from the old CD magazines.
Yeah, the trailer. Actually,
Way back.
Yeah. There's actually one person who recognized the person in the story trailer. So like Adolf Bailey's right, like how did Mar become a story trailer? So the person you saw in the trailer, Mar, he's actually a recurring character from the first game.
Oh.
And he was kind of a special person, you would say. So basically, like he would not really understand a few things, but actually he's still around there, and he became. It would be interesting for people to know the original, to find out, how he came to be what it is. But essentially, he is kind of in charge of some relics that are still there from part 1. Yeah, because he kept them, I guess.
Okay, awesome.
And he always thinks, like he thinks he knows everything about you, and he's your best friend. So like, of course, he's the best friend of the Urukai of the. He might not be, but I guess he believes it.
And as long as he believes it, it might be true.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, basically, like we just saw, like we had some fighting, but before that, we can see some cutscenes now playing out, basically. So you've seen the world, and coming out of that cave, basically, if you want to show that basically how you can fly around the world and just glide. So this is very much, we took some inspiration from like, these science fiction movies and like 80s comics, because it's a French-Belgian team from Belgium, and maybe like there's so many cool science fiction comics to explore, like Möbius or Valerian. So like it's really sort of this tradition of exploring these worlds basically in this rich, colorful scheme, and I think that's what we're also trying to do with that game.
Okay, I see. And right now you're gliding down the hill and are at the village of Bida.
Exactly.
Exactly.
What's going on there? I read giant underground worms, and I really don't want to live there anymore.
I mean, you've seen the worm right now. Like it's a giant creature. It looks a bit like that's an underground worm, right? But essentially, you're just gonna know I'm not sure if we have sound in from the demo in there, or if
we should have sound.
Yeah, so
the audience should have sound. I think we can get that sound as well onto our headsets.
Basically, like if you can hear it, for instance, you will hear the sort of distant roaming of that worm. He's not coming to the village yet, so you're safe there. You can absolutely be there.
Oh.
But the question is, like, do you want to get out there, right? So, like, do you want to get in the field and encounter that beast?
But I could go there, start a new life with a family, with a wife and children, a happy life.
So wife and children, it's difficult because the Talan females are actually in a different part of Adelpha.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually different. The society is a bit differently organized. So you're gonna have actually, that was the thing about the first part, that you only had male Talans, right? Now we're gonna see more of them. This village is just males because they have to work, right? Because you gotta find out what the females actually do.
Okay, and that's the mystery behind it.
That's one of the big mysteries behind it.
But it will get answered.
Yes.
Spoiler. I love the environment art. Was there any main inspirations? You just talked about some inspirations, but art, designly, what were the inspirations there?
Yeah, basically, I mean, also somebody mentioned before, you know, people always sort of go back to the first part. They remember like the voxel technology back then. So basically, it's always about creating a believable world, right? Clearly creating these environments. So, and I think that's what we're committed to, basically. So like I mentioned a few of these. It's like a fantastic world. It's a bit like our own, but a bit different. Like in the colors, for instance. You see, it could be us, but you know, like some of those are like a bit more bright or a bit more, a bit special, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say main inspirations again. I would say. So two things maybe, like these 80s comics, but also like classical, you know, science fiction cover art, like Frank Frazetta or something, like, or the Star Wars posters, these kind of things. You know, it's kind of a classic science fiction color scheme and motifs. I think that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
And Lenny Moore, actually, he's been, so like the music is a real cool thing. So Lenny Moore is a fantastic composer. He made the first game and then went on to make many cool soundtracks. So it's super clear we want to have him back. So create a completely new soundtrack for us. Orchestral soundtrack, we made it by the Bratislava Symphonic Orchestra. And, you know, if you can hear it, it just gives a lot of life to these villages. And, you know, the main theme still also gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Oh, the melody, a bit of Bailey's also says.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm late for Outcast 2. Did I miss anything important? I think you've got some more time to enjoy with us and with Outcast 2. You've not missed a hell of a lot. Can you ask any Talan for directions like in the first game?
So actually, can I also answer the first question? Because like if you need to have played the first game, you don't need to have played the first game because somebody was asking that.
Okay.
You can just jump in there basically. And yeah, you can talk to the Talans and they will, you know, if you... So basically, there's topics that unlock as you encounter the world basically. So you will sort of only ask Talans about stuff that makes sense at this point. For instance, some Talans in some villages will know stuff specific about that village, right?
Okay.
So like, you know, there's some creatures you have there or some resources, whatever. They will be specific to that village.
I see.
And you can talk to everybody, of course.
Okay, awesome. Are there any... Because you just said you can play the game easily if you've missed the first one.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll have so much fun with this game that you play the first game after that, of course. But I imagine there are many nods to the first game, many Easter eggs someone will find if they played it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Again, it's people already quickly figured out, you know, who the person. I mean, he says his name in the trailer, so it's clear who he is.
They figure it out.
I mean, only because like we teased it before, so like we work a lot with the community actually. So for instance, there's actually. It's good that you mentioned it because maybe some people are in the chat too or will watch the stream. But you know, there's such a radiant and cool and devoted fan base there because basically they kept the game alive for more than 20 years when nobody knew if there would ever be a second part, right? Because you know, for Gram back then it was kind of complicated, right? And basically, like there's websites. There's they speak a fictional language, Agazork. And people created dictionaries for that.
Really?
Like language lessons online. You can learn, I think it's in German though, right? I think there's German Agazork you find online.
So we could have talked in Agazork right now.
I would like to pretend I could be fluent in Agazork, but I will not lie to you. I'm not completely fluent, but I can say a few phrases.
What can you say? I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but I really want to know what the language feels like.
It's how mice. No, then it seems like
my Agazog is a bit rusty, to be fair. So.
But I mean, I can see like a lot of Agazog words, right? For instance, to basically the yachts are like the beings sort of that are ruining everything. Like the moons, and the moon is like a day in Earth language. Or for instance, you would not. So basically, the Talons have a lot of specific connection to living and dying. They don't actually say dying, they say rewording, so you return to your essence. Like there's 4 major essences, and at some point in the ceremony you find out sort of what your essence is, right?
I see, okay.
And then so like if it's like more a chaos engine, more like an earth and sorry, I'm saying engine and essence, etc. And you basically return to your essence. So there's a whole cosmology about that basically. Yeah, and
about the language, just since we are using a lot of Agazog name, like for example Garandar, the big worm, we had a translator like who's highlighting, that's highlighting the words, and this way you have a small definition coming. You're not lost in the this way the dialogues still feel genuine, and you are not lost with all the terms.
So you get a short description on what the word in their language means.
Yeah. Can we show it? Do we just say it? Yeah, basically, like you push the translator and say Lampe, it's an alcoholic drink.
Okay, how does it taste? What does it taste like, Lampe?
There's a good chance a human would die immediately if you drink it.
Let's not try that.
No, let's stick to Coke and water. But I mean, you will find out actually how it's made.
Yeah.
But the key ingredient is still water, this I remember.
Yeah, water is a key.
Water isn't that dangerous, but...
No, but what you do with the water and what you put into the water. That's
all the ingredients melt together might be dangerous for humans. But the Talons will get drunk often with it.
I love the setting, to be honest, because I really want to play this game just to know how Lampe is made right now.
So actually, that's your guy. Like the person you see here, he is the brewer.
Okay.
Yeah, and he will actually give you a quest at some point, or you can work with him to do a shipment of Lampe, and you realize sort of what the ingredients are.
Awesome.
So you have to find him in Bida.
Did he just show us the finger? No, it was the...
No, but they only have 3 fingers, right?
Okay.
So like he showed us 1 finger, but not the
So
finger.
the chance that it is the middle finger is pretty high.
Sure, but maybe it's a nice gesture. Like you should, there's all these intercultural differences. So I'm not sure if it's a bad gesture there.
Okay.
I actually be challenging my inner Talan with only having 3 fingers at the moment now. So like I'm cosplaying in a way.
That's dedication, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, that's what we do.
That's dedication.
3 Talan fingers.
Game looks amazing. It may be the first pre-order since few years. How many regions will be there, and how varied are they? Good question.
Yeah, so basically it's 1 open world. We have, how many biomes do we have?
How many villages?
Biomes.
Oh, biomes, I think.
So it's 7 villages, I
think?
think?
7, so...
7 villages, and it's, so you could say 7 villages and 7 regions, but it's a seamless world. So in the old one, you still had to teleport between these biomes, and this one, it's 1 seamless world, basically. It's from, you saw it in the trailer, basically, it's these kind of nice forest, this isn't a forest, it's like more, what would you call it? It's like farming land, I guess?
It's more plains, yeah. Vidas is more the plains area.
But there's going to be like woods, there's going to be like fishing cities, there's going to be like volcano cities, there's going to be like ice cities, that's a lot there.
Ice cities? Volcano cities? Okay.
And so there's going to be fire and there's going to be ice.
Can you speed run to that location?
Sadly not in this demo, no.
That's sad.
We narrowed it into the Bidas area, so the plains.
The audience wants you to open the map to the game, please. Can you show the map already?
Sadly, we block it for the demo. Since we are playing the same demo, we are sharing on the booths. We hide some stuff.
Okay, I see.
And there's still some secrets in the so actually, if you want to see the map, you have to look at some fan content online. It's crazy. Like for instance, there's a cool challenge. It's called Under the Moons, and he actually unveiled a lot about the game already. So like that's from people who are waiting for the game, and they will be able to tell you maybe as well as we do, sort of what's going to be there. Some stuff they got right, not everything, but basically like people are already starting to decipher the map and looking for these kind of things.
But is it very stressful to you, because it seems to have a hardcore fan base? a fan base that
honestly
starts throwing stuff at you when you do anything wrong.
They don't. That's an amazing experience so far because they've been extremely generous, right?
Oh, okay.
There has been, of course, like for instance, one thing, right? So Color Slate is like for instance, like stuff people care about a lot about the voice actor and about his face because back then. You know, it was kind of a different technology, so it was difficult to say how he actually looked like, right?
Yeah.
So we worked a bit on the face, and one of the reactions we got from the first reveal trailer was people were not super happy. Like they didn't say, okay, cool game, but he looked different, right? So we thought, okay, like fine, we're gonna take this, we're gonna go back to see like how can we work on him. And basically we talked to a few people, looked at what people actually expected for him to look like. You know, like this fan art, it's okay, like we're gonna redesign Cutter.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, and it was just generosity basically. Like it was okay, like, hey guys, it's not how we expected him. Maybe it could be look more like this, right? And I said, oh yeah, it could more like this, right?
So you're very interested in pleasing the fans as much as you can do.
I mean, again, it's about the community that kept the game alive, right? I mean, you will never. It's a lot of people. Not everybody's gonna be happy. We're gonna respect it, and you know, the game in your mind might not be the game that we actually can produce, but we're just. They are a part of the vision, right? They're part of the world, as we said before. You know, they have been doing all these things, so we try to work with them as much as possible.
Okay, I see. Looks amazing, says Grandfather Hermit.
Thank you.
Grandfather Hermit.
What are those like sheep, piggy,
Bonbars.
hybrids?
Bonbars.
Yeah, actually, the guy you're seeing now, Ozak, he's a Bonbar boy.
The Bonbar boy.
Yeah.
What's a Bonbar boy?
What?
What's a Bonbar boy?
He's upset now.
Oh no, he's high.
I love him. Bonbar boys.
Yeah. This kind of has this accent going on, right?
There are lots of cool things in this world. I'd love me a Bonbar for a pet at home.
You like living
But they're huge, though, right?
Yeah, they're kind of huge.
Yeah, I mean, they look small in distance, but if you're close to him, like, you need to have a big home to actually have. Oh, you have a big yard, then you could have one.
But do they have wool on them?
Yeah.
You can do
What do you know
pullovers
about
of? Okay.
Garandars? I know.
Can you? I think you can make wool of the Bonbars, right?
My nemesis.
We should try.
Giant worm.
Look.
The world looks really vibrant, and I am looking forward to trying it out myself. Will there be a demo?
So the game is playable at Gamescom right now. If you can come just, I'm not sure where you are, Gary Ferry, but if you're close to Cologne, you just come over and play it here. We'll look into the possibility of releasing it at home consoles. We can't really say about that yet, but you know, if you can come to Gamescom.
I see. I love that THQ are bringing back very old games and giving life to them, says Acting Retro.
And somebody knows Antoine.
Probably.
It's getting hard. So like it's good that Antoine is sitting in the middle because he's being recognized.
Yeah, he's being recognized. They call him handsome.
I might
Awesome.
have some. I'm pretty sure some of colleagues are here.
Oh, they're shy.
Yeah, they're not really.
Can you kill them as well?
No, I can try if you want.
No.
No, they're doing.
The weapons don't work with those.
Yeah.
They're and actually, are we already on our way to the Garandar? Yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
right now we can do.
Yeah. So basically, there's dangerous creatures that you can fight, but there's also just peaceful creatures. But I think those back then they look more dangerous, right?
Yeah, the game moves.
Okay, they run around faster, and they want. Do they want to eat the Bonbar? Let's protect it.
No, they prefer to hit me. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, running fast.
Okay, and how does combat look in the game exactly? Is it any different from the first one? Are there any new features you brought in?
Oh, it's very different. Like one of the things. So like, the original had a lot of merits. Like it was a great world, very open, but the combat was a bit functional, right? And you know, so many things have changed. So basically, we looked at what we want to do, and one of the things we wanted to improve on was, first of all, freedom of movement, right? As you can see there, basically. But it goes, you know, directly into combat. So if we go to maybe to the Garandar area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then you can see a few things that you can do. So basically, it's all about freedom of movement and player expression, basically. So you can, you know, jump around. You're gonna have your shield. You're gonna have your two different weapons with, you know, different modules. So for this demo, we only have 2 of them activated.
I see.
But in the game, so basically you have 2 weapons, a big one and a small one. And for all of them, you have like 4 to 6 slots. You're gonna find more than 40 modules in the game. So basically, you're gonna equip your game with different, your gun with different modules, and just create it the way you wanna play, basically, right? So this one is like more like a laser gun, but it can be more like a shotgun, like sniper gun, exactly, or like the this one can actually shoot faster now. So basically, it's up to you to mix it up a bit and combine it with your movement powers, right?
Okay. And movement powers and the gun powers are going to like develop during the course of the game.
Yeah, basically. And one more thing that we cannot show yet, but we can tease it, is that actually at some point you will receive Talan powers, right? So you're gonna work in these villages, and if you do quests in these villages, you actually be granted powers.
So if you are Bonbar Boy for 2 weeks, you'll get the special powers of that.
I can tell you one, for instance, like as we said before, like you remember in the beginning, the Garanda, the worm, he propelled the Putaran up in the air, like he defies gravity. So you will get that power to defy gravity and propel your enemies up in the air.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean it's really about combination, right? You can do these things and fit it to your playstyle, basically.
That shield is clutch, says Mr. Ohydro.
What is clutch?
It's really, really important for you in this fight.
Yeah.
It comes in clutch, I think it is. Is the fight hard, would you say?
I mean,
Are you about to die?
I'm used to, but
Okay.
But you lost a bit of health, right?
yeah, I have a health, and we have possibility to heal ourselves with some potions.
Okay, I see.
But yeah, honestly, I'm really curious about how many people will manage to kill this thing here at Gamescom.
Yeah, because this is the main boss of the Gamescom demo, isn't it?
Is it?
So if someone of you, if you still want to go to Gamescom, we're here, and the demo, the gameplay demo, is also here. If you want to try on the Garandar, just come here and try to defeat it while gliding and shooting.
Can I actually respond to one question? Can you fight while flying? Yes, you can. Obviously, you can. You can hover. You can, and there's special moves. For instance, you will be able to smash down with your shield. So there's actually some moves that are only accessible while flying. And also, like, there's an interesting question that I want to pick up. If that's okay.
Of course.
Like, while the game is open world, is the game linear? So that's actually one thing we thought about a lot, right? Because back then, basically in 1999, open world games were like a new thing, and now, it might feel like you've played every open world. Like you've seen all of them, you've been on every radio tower, you've sort of clicked all the boxes, and it has kind of become a trope, right? So, and we thought, like, what can we do to create something new, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what you're gonna do is you will access the connectedness of the world in these villages.
Okay.
So basically, you will gonna do something for one person. So like as we said before, basically about these animals, right? At some point, you're gonna find an egg, and you let the egg hatch, and out there comes a new creature. And so you have to find out what can you do to make this creature grow. And you're gonna go to a different village, find some plants that it likes, etc., etc. And at some point, it will grow so big that it can actually mount it. But that again will sort of attract the attention of your enemies.
Okay.
So it's actually connected. All of that is connected. You decide yourself where you want to go first. You decide sort of how you want to do that. You can go different angles. You will soon realize the stuff is connected, right? You can't just brute force your way too, but you choose where you enter the simulation, right? So because the thing is, sometimes of these games tend to be like, you have your main quest you do because you want to progress in the story, and you have the busy work, right? And we want to integrate that, right? It's not just like side stuff you do on the side, it actually fits together.
Yeah.
And we really like that, and we hope players will like it too.
I think so. I very much expect them to. Nice, really cool. You've got the approval of RainTech, so
that's
go ahead.
Thank you so much.
That looks really promising. Is there a limit to your flying ability, or how will the flying look like at the end game in contrast to what we're doing now?
So basically, it is also a skill tree, so like you will expand your abilities.
Okay.
And it's so I think it's demo playing like it's in the middle. It's not completely unlocked yet.
We
so
don't have all of it, everything.
Yeah. So there's more powers to that, but it has a limit. I mean, I think at some point, if you fly up too high in the air, you're just the pressure is going to be too high, and you're going to go
and
down.
your head explodes.
Yeah.
We need to try that.
Okay.
I mean, you can try to do stuff with the glide if you take enough speed by falling immediately, and you can have some good tricks with this. However, for example, the jetpack I'm using is limited by the bars under the health bar.
But there also be, I guess, better jetpacks. And the high-end endgame best-in-slot jetpack.
Probably. I mean, there's more stuff you can do. You get some, so basically, the glide we said before, like in the beginning it just goes down basically, like a wingsuit, but at some point you will actually sort of be able to boost it. And it's more like flying. So in the beginning it's like more like gliding, and when it becomes more like flying at some point.
How much can you explore in the game? When you have all these features, are there many places in the world where you only can fly to? Does exploration get rewarded? How is that?
So basically there's a lot of stuff, to explore in the world. There's going to be like, collectibles, there's like shrines. So like we talked about the Talans, and there's, shrines dedicated to the essences that you can basically... and I think to complete all of them, you will need pretty many of your powers unlocked, right?
Yeah.
This is more like optional content, right? So you don't have to do it, but it's definitely going to be rewarded if you sort of go and explore those shrines.
Yeah, it looks really fun to glide around, to fly around there.
Did we actually already go to that one?
Yeah. No, I didn't go.
Yeah, maybe that's one of the things we can actually show.
I was just about to ask what that exactly is.
So this is, we call that a Gork eruption.
Of course.
It's law-friendly, let's say, some plant, exciting the local animals and local inhabitants of Adelphi.
Okay.
Like, for example...
Basically, these gamors, these wolves are being corrupted by that point.
And they're now even more angry than they were 5 minutes ago.
Because they have red eyes now.
Okay, of course.
They are faster, more of them too.
And so basically you're going to find these points somewhere in Adelphi and be able to clear them.
And that rewards you with...
A special power.
Special power, okay.
We haven't revealed that power yet, but it's a cool thing.
So, will we reveal it when you now finish them off?
No.
Oh, sad.
Sorry.
But that's okay.
We still have to some things for the game,
that's
right?
okay. We need to be cautious.
Yeah.
And need to wait for the release, yeah. We need release date, lol, says Andy Adlin. You can't say anything about that yet, can you? No.
But does lol mean he doesn't really want to know it, or...?
I mean, I think he really wants to know it, but he knows that you don't want him to know it.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we're close to beta.
Yeah.
So, it's not going to be that long. But, of course, we're going to take our time to finish the game.
But there'll be a beta where people can, sign in for?
No, we're not playing.
No, okay. And for consoles, will there be aim assist or auto-lock options?
We have some aim assist mostly on controllers. Yeah. It helps a lot. It's already in game, so if you are testing the game right now...
But it's not a complete lock, right? You still have to...
No.
Oh, you still have to have a basic skill, right? Sort of it's not just like press the button and kill the enemy. No, you have to aim.
What about your presentation? I think you've got a presentation in like 10 to 15 minutes.
That is absolutely true.
I don't want to send you off now, but I think you need to go, don't you?
I absolutely need to go.
I'm terribly sorry.
No, it's super fun. Antoine will finish playing the demo. It was nice meeting you guys. Super happy about your questions. And yeah.
And we'll finish this demo. We'll finish off all those rabid dogs. Perfect. And have fun and good luck on your presentation.